Yep, so, like I mentioned before, there are no continues. There is a hidden code that allows you to continue, but you have to have beaten the first boss. So, I get to do this whole part over again, but now I can just buzz through, collect the items, I'll get that B again, and then do the minigame, and then buy everything. I won't spend as much time just sort of narrating through. So right away, you can see this game is kind of merciless in that it is very easy to die. And there are a couple points in the game where you can sort of get comboed, which is why the shield is helpful, just to prevent sort of unnecessary damage. But it'll also be helpful once I have more health later on in the game. I wouldn't exactly say the difficulty is a detriment, but things like no post-hit invincibility and no immediate continue option, those are two things that I think could have been ironed out. I feel like the game would have had a much better reception if those key items were addressed, but Hudson was always known for their difficult games. I don't know if I'm gonna ever do it on the channel. Maybe I'll do it on stream sometime, but if you've heard of the Adventure Island series on NES, those games are ridiculously brutal. Much more difficult than this. And I guess it was just sort of their MO at the time, and at least on the NES library as far as I know, to make brutal video games. There's nothing wrong with that, but I remember playing a lot of Adventure Island 2, and that game doesn't mess around, man. It's quite challenging. Okay, so I got my money. Let's do the music minigame. So another thing to mention with this that I didn't mention the first time, you can see the little characters in the back, which are like the kingdom citizens. I guess they're just kind of clapping, but you got one guy with a drum. The more of these mini games you find throughout the game, the more instruments they'll have each round, and the actual song that plays during the bonus game will change. Each additional person will add a new layer of the song, essentially, which is kind of cool. It's one thing I didn't notice back in the day, because I can't remember if I immediately found all the bonus games, but if you want to hear the quote-unquote complete song, you have to find all of them, which is kind of neat. I'll do my best here. I don't remember exactly where they all are, but should be able to get close. Okay. Let's get the shoes. And it's also worth noting that the dollars, the money doesn't regenerate when you reload the stage. Also worth mentioning that is something we'll hopefully find later. Can't get to it from here, but they just tease you at the beginning. At the beginning there. So here we are back at the shop. I will collect the medicine. And we will move on to the next level. And hopefully I can be a little more careful here, because I don't want to lose my shield. And I definitely don't want to die. So one thing I do appreciate about the level design in this game, each of the castle rooms, if you will, the tile sets are different. So each stage is pretty unique. I'm trying to think if they've recycled any of the assets per level. I don't think they do. Oh boy. I need to get a heart. Max my shield out. Okay, so there's the key. And is there anything in here? I think so. Need to find the music box yet. Is it here? There it is. Alright. Take this guy out so he doesn't shoot me. Okay, so this is the second minigame. As you can see on the right side there, that one guy's got symbols, I think that's what that is. Hats. You can hear very subtly there's like a hi-hat symbol added to the music track, which is kind of cool. I think the next one will actually be a wind instrument for a melody. My last run was 36. I know I've gotten 40 something before. It's kind of hard. Oh, well there you go. 45. That's pretty good. It gave me a decent chunk of change. So it dropped me way back at the beginning. That's okay, we can just make a straight run for the end there. Ooh boy. Trying to get a heart so I don't lose my shield. Oh boy, one more hit and I think my shield's gone. There we go. So I think maxing the shield out to that level that we see here gives you 3 hits, if I'm counting that correctly. And I've just burned 2 of them. Isn't there a bee around here somewhere? Uh-oh. Ah, man. I know there's a Hudson bee around here somewhere. I can get my shield back. Unless it was in the middle somewhere. Where was it? If I can't find it, then I might just go ahead and try my luck against the boss. There's 1 bee per level, and it's in a set spot. So the medicine I bought, real quick, allows me to shrink when that punching glove hits me. Inexplicably, there's a lot of mechanics in this game that don't make much sense, but that will come in handy for getting into tight spots like this. Where was that bee? Okay. So, I can collect some money here. Here's another shop. Now, power is just a refill on life. Let's see what this guy's hint says. Secrets in the well. So this here is a lantern. I believe I can get a cheaper one elsewhere. So I'm gonna not go for that right now. I gotta drop through here to get out. Taking a lot of... Oh, there it is. Whew, alright. Before I go to the boss, I'm going to go back to level 1. See if I can farm up some life. And note the key stays. I think that's consistent through the game. You find it once and then you can exit out of levels you've explored previously once you found the key, which is nice. But I essentially need to get enough hearts to max my health out, and then max my shield out, and that'll gear me up better for the boss. Rapid fire, and the Hudson bees do not respawn. So you kind of just get one chance. If you miss them, then you're kind of stuck. You have to go on to the next level and try and grab them there. Just need one more heart. Okay, shield's maxed out. So we should be good to go to head out and try the first boss. And you guys can see what bosses look like. So the first boss is a dragon, like a kangaroo dragon. So the bosses basically just jump around like this, and they shoot fireballs at you. And as you go, the patterns sort of change, or their speed changes, but overall, they don't really do anything too much different. But later bosses become pretty challenging, which is why I want to make sure and have my shield. Basically, this is it. Just time my shots, try and hit the boss in the face, because I think that's its only area where it takes damage. And just try not to get tagged by the fireballs. And it's also worth noting that I could just leave if I really wanted to. And, like, for example, if I wanted to just get my shield back, I could just walk out, but that was the first crystal. And you can't see here, but what it did is, I guess you can tell, it improved the range of my bubbles. So each subsequent power-up will either improve the range or the size of the bubble so I can do more damage.